Look at the time, look at the time, look at the time. I see these angel numbers all the time. See it all the time. Anytime I see 222, I always take it as, you know what I'm saying, whatever idea I was just thinking of, whatever was in my head, you know what I'm saying? If you're iffy about something, you're not sure if this is the way you're supposed to go. If you see 222, that's just reassurance. It's just saying, yeah, that's right. That is what you should do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I take it as, bro. You know, and what I was just thinking of, you know what I'm saying, I was walking out my house. And I'm about to go to Barnes & Nobles right now because I'm about to get this book. The name of the book is Dante's Inferno. It's actually called The Divine Comedy. It's made by this by this poet named Dante Alighieri. Funny, he has the same name as me, and, you know, I'm attracted to this book. You know what I'm saying? And it's basically about this man who, I believe his lover dies, or I don't know, some shit. But essentially what he does is he goes around to get to heaven. And what I mean by that is, you know, there's two essential ways to get to heaven. You know what I'm saying? You can take the direct route, you know what I'm saying? You do what everybody does, you know what I'm saying? Live a righteous life, you know what I'm saying? Make sure your heart is as light as a feather, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to judgment, which, I don't know, I feel like all that's fake and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because heaven and hell, it really just states of mind, you know what I'm saying? Everything's your mind. 90% of your reality is created by your mind. But, you know what I'm saying, as, you know, these people say, you know what I'm saying, that's what happens, you know what I'm saying? You go the direct route and do that, you know what I'm saying? Just live a righteous life, live like Jesus, and you get to heaven, right? Or you can go around, you can do what this man did. So essentially what he did is he went through hell, because hell is essentially closer to earth than heaven is, you know what I'm saying? It's easier to go to a lower vibration than it is to get to a higher vibration. So this man goes through hell. He goes through all the different levels of hell. He sees all the different levels, you know what I'm saying? Because it depends on how bad of a person you were in your lifetime. Depends on what you're going to be going through in hell or in the afterlife in general. So, for example, okay, so this body can only feel so much vibrations. And what vibrations are essentially emotions, you know what I'm saying? This body can only feel anger and to a certain extent. It can only feel love to a certain extent, right? But when you're in your light body, when you're in your astral body, you know what I'm saying, the body that's attached to this physical body, when you leave this body and you go to the afterworld, you're gonna feel whatever your main vibration was. Let's say you're a very lustful person, for example. If you were very lustful in this physical realm, in the third dimension, you're gonna be 100 times. You're gonna feel that lust 100 times more when you die, because once again, the vibrations are tenfold whenever you are in your light body. You know what I'm saying? Your etheric body. You feel me? So that's how it works when you're dying, for example. So people who are very loving and caring, you know, they felt mostly love and joy while they were alive, which is the point, because when you're on earth, the whole point is to be on the highest vibration, and the highest vibration is to be on the frequency of love and joy. You know what I'm saying? But Jesus, once again, I bring him up all the time because, you know what I'm saying, even though he was a fictional character, a lot of people do believe in it. So I can use this example, you know, to further my point. Jesus, for example, was able to do all the amazing things he did. Once again, he's fictional, but we're not going to go into that. Because he was always in a constant state of joy and happiness. You know what I'm saying? He was constantly in this feeling. When you are confident, you can do anything that you want to do. It's like if you're on the basketball court and you 3 for 3 at the 3-point line. Best believe when you get to that 3-point line, you finna do it again. You know what I'm saying? It's that confidence that even gives you the energy or that drive to even take the shot. You feel me? And that's what's going to help you manifest anything. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in this constant feeling of love and joy, you feel like nothing can hurt you. You know what I'm saying? You're perfect. You live in heaven. As long as everything is perfect, you live in heaven, right? Because once again, heaven is a state of mind. So as I was saying, you know what I'm saying, when you die, the main vibration you felt while you were on this third dimension, the primary vibration you felt is going to be tenfold when you die. You know what I'm saying? So that's why certain people are going to end up in hell, we could say, and certain people are going to end up in heaven. So, you know, once again, I'm going back to this book. This book is called Dante's Inferno. It's the Divine Comedy by a poet named Dante Alighieri. I believe that's his name. You know what I'm saying? Funny, once again, he has the same name as me. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, once again, he travels through hell. He goes all the way through hell to the different levels of hell. You know what I'm saying? And he makes his way up. Then he gets to purgatory, which is the point in between heaven and hell. You know what I'm saying? He goes to purgatory. These are the people that are just waiting, you know, just stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they just still haven't even made a choice yet of, you know, what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? They're just sitting there waiting. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I haven't read the book yet. This is just off a little summaries I've read about the book. You know what I'm saying? Because And then, he goes through purgatory, and then he goes up through purgatory, and then he makes it to heaven. And he sees different levels of heaven. You know what I'm saying? So he made it to heaven by going around. You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense because, okay, once again, we live in this egoic mind. We live in this third dimension, which is ruled by duality. But duality is only created by the egoic mind, right? See, the egoic mind sees an angel and a demon, right? But God sees the same exact thing. He doesn't see an angel and a demon. He just sees two angels. Or he just sees one cycle. Because God is above the realm of duality. Because we see two, but God sees the same exact thing. We see night and day, right? God just sees one cycle. We see an angel and demon. God just sees an angel. Because everybody knows a demon is just a fallen angel. So if you want to go around to get to heaven, you can theoretically go to hell or become a demon, a lower vibrational being, right? But now that you are a demon, now that you are a fallen angel, you are on the same plane as an angel, and now you have the potential to ascend and become an angel, because it's the same exact thing. That's essentially what he does in this book. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't really become a demon or anything. He just, once again, he just goes through hell, goes up through hell, then goes to purgatory, then he makes his way to heaven. You know what I'm saying? But me hearing this, it made sense to me. I was like, it makes sense. It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? There's always two sides to every coin. There's always two sides to every story. You can get to heaven the direct way, or you can literally go around. And this is why I keep telling y'all about your shadows and your dark side, that you cannot ignore your shadow, bro. You can't, because it is a part of you. And for you to ignore the dark side, for you to be afraid of the dark still and still be running away from your demons, you're not helping your cause at all, because you don't love that part of yourself. You're still hiding this part of yourself from the whole world. But it just shows that you don't love all of you. And how are you supposed to ascend when you don't love all of you? You can't just love part of yourself. It doesn't work like that. You have to love all of yourself. And the only reason I'm even getting this book is because ever since I was a kid, bro, I remember, bro, all the time I would tell people my name is Dante. And every time people would say, oh, like Dante's Inferno. All the time. And, I always tell you guys, to live in the present. Once again, it's the power of now. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure you live in the present, because that's the only time that really matters. The future and the past are just created by your mind. But the past is important when it comes to reflecting back. You know what I'm saying? So I now that I understand these things, I understand how the universe works, and I reflect back on my past, and I see the things people said to me. Like, every time I said my name was Dante, people would be like, oh, like Dante's Inferno. It made me realize I'm connected to that book in some way. The universe has been telling me since a kid that that book has something to do with me. I am somehow connected to that book. It resonates with me. That's why it's a reoccurring thing in my life. That's why it keeps coming back in my life. Keeps calling to me for some reason. The universe has been telling me this since a kid. And now I realize this. So I'm going to get that book, because it's just funny how, I'm attracted to this book. It's been calling me my whole life. And the author of the book is named Dante. My same name. My name is spelled Dontae. But I spelled my alter ego in my music Dante, which is how it's spelled in that book. I don't know why I've created two artists for myself, a god and a demon, but I feel like, well, I know why. It's just the polarization, you know what I'm saying? So you only understand the importance of both of them by seeing the contrast. And I feel like that book has some key into what it is that I'm meant to do on this earth. So I'm going to read that book, and I'm going to read it. And I'm going to, all the information I get from it, I'm going to share with all of you. You are a God. You are God. I just wanted to remind you that. We are all a part of God. You realize that, right? Like, if the whole universe is the body of God, we are just the cells inside of God, which means we are still God. Every single person you see is the same being. Every single person. That's why they say, oh, everybody's a mirror of you, right? Because we're the same being. So if you say, oh, I don't like that person, what you just said is, I don't like myself. Because you are both the same being. You are both physical bodies with the consciousness of God inside. The same being. You are a God. I just wanted to remind you that.